if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. I would like to talk about a little journey I'm going to be putting hours into, that I might put a deadline onto myself, but let's be real. Basing everything off imagination, and I don't think what I will be doing is that simple. So, enough being vague, let's get to it. Just by the title alone, I want to change my avatar world to fit more like my story lore. Now let's be real, I'm gonna need to do this for many reasons. Like, come on, does this not look basic? No offense to anyone who does the same thing, but there's so many tutorials that can help make my avatar world look better. Like, there's such amazing worlds on VRChat, I just can't fathom how much it makes me envious of all these talented creators. I may have the imagination that allows me to depict anything in my head like I'm watching a scene, but making it shape into form is a different story. That's where I feel like I'm lacking. Why not make some changes? This world needs a clear up. So, here's the general list I have in mind for this world. Removing a lot of portraits since they consist of fake friends on them. Removing a couple pieces of art, mostly adding my own, and some others. Gotta make an area for fan art, photos with friends, and fan club photo room, just in case I ever have fan base in the future. Now, all those sound nice, but those are something I will need to add in last, as the general basis of the world comes in. I will need to explain to you each area so I can cover all bases of this. I also find it crazy that I haven't even made the reading to the chapter of Enlightened Rifts on this channel yet, but who cares? I love talking about my story and characters anyway. But on topic, the spawn area will be how my character wakes up in Enlightened Rifts Part 1. It will consist of a beach with a bunch of palm trees, which will lead to my character standing there with a golden door behind him. Two other spots, which may or may not be consisted of portals, of friends' avatars, and another guy being, is this dude considered my friend? A certain guy with zero abilities of reading the room and boundaries will have his avatars. Once you talk to my character, his first intended dialogue is for you to get access to the golden gate that will open up behind him. You can talk to Chaos Satellus more if you want, but he will just say random things. Once you go into the door, you will be sent to the Black Void with different portals, which is a representation of Enlightened Rifts Part 2. This Black Void and portals are supposed to be null in the other factions. In null, there are rock glitching out and are unstable, along with the buildings that are stagnant with no gravity and are completely still. Now we'll talk about the factions. Depending on how many pre-made models I textured and designated for each character will be how many factions there will be in the world. Now what about my miscellaneous avatars? Textured after game characters or random designs I did just because, honestly, I don't know exactly. I'll just make it like a random universe or something, and you can click on it and just go to the miscellaneous avatars. The amount of factions I have in Enlightened Rifts are 10. Now, I can't say I will make it like the full faction, but there will be dedicated areas and homes based around the character, so there will be an area regardless, but it will be weirdly lively, but no one else to seek for. Now, for example, let's say I make you go to the mainstream faction and straight to Chaos Satellus room to enter Enlightened Rifts Part 3 to encounter a character I have reason to believe everyone will love once I draw an actual representation of her, Honey Baniri. She's an oblivious character and is very cartoony with her skills, but she loves to protect her little sister. She lives in an oven-like home with flowers shaped like different pastries, and a syrup-like stream that goes a long way. Now, something I can add to her area, and if you go inside, you'll be able to interact with her and give interesting dialogue, along with an avatar pedestal alongside the model maker credits. That's the goal for the world in its entirety. Now, that sounds more fun than whatever we got right now, am I right? Now, the one complaint I see me getting is, why is there so many obese furries roaming around in these buildings? I'm not gonna lie, if I hear that, get out my ear, like seriously. I will assume it's satirical out of the gate. You can interact with these characters, you know. Now, I don't know if I can get the characters to roam on quest, nor if they will exist on quest, but I'm willing to try. I know the quest side has big limitations. Now, I did a poll asking my Discord server when I update my avatar world, should I make the area each character is based in, or make the area in place each character would be. With total votes from 23 different people, the second option won. So I hope you like teleporting adventures, because nobody's not going to go across a map for a character. Now, let's backtrack a bit. When you go into the Golden Gate, there will be a list of all my avatars, and you can teleport to the character you want to see immediately, so there doesn't have to be some game of hide and seek for people who doesn't want to admire the world and just want avatars, which is valid. I just can't promise you that your teleporting won't flash through a random art like it's a loading screen. I hope you don't mind. I don't know why I think loading screens with art is fun, even though you already loaded the world. Well, how do I plan to make it possible with me barely having any knowledge on world making? Like, come on. I barely have any knowledge in making an avatar from scratch. Well, the creator of Just Be Club 4.0 had a tutorial video on how they made their world, so I'll be learning from that in the meantime. Might change later, who knows. I really wanted to try to get it all done before August 31st since I treat that world like an important gift. It's kind of the best gift I can ask for since I don't really get gifts on my birthday. What I normally ask on my birthday is how people feel about me, which is the greatest gift for me. I get to see how honest someone is, but not even that gift can be fulfilled. My buddy Silas did do pixel art of my character in Fire Emblem, which I need to get those vids out soon because honestly, he worked really hard on it and I loved what he did with adding Perigoat's version of my character. Perigoat literally drew my character and made him look old, but it's still fire. Speaking of art, I need to draw the thumbnail for my world. I'll have my character's final version of his Chaos Lover's heart in the center. It's literally a recognizable aspect of me. You cannot mistake it. Of course, characters will be drawn on the outside of those arrows. I will mainly draw the ones that are in the world. I wish I could find out which one of my characters they really like the most so I can make sure they're in the world thumbnail. I guess until I get a general idea, I will certainly just put in my favorites. But if I recall correctly, amongst friends and people I saw using avatars that textured and some spoken about, Claudia, Honey Baneri, and surprisingly endearing old version. Nobody hasn't seen the new version yet because I'm making clothes for her and such. Besides, she's one of my most provocative and vile characters in the story. You might say the most evil in fiction. I know people who like stories to be pure might not like that, but honestly most of my friends actually like endearing even though she's a literal menace and beats every villain in the worst traits possible, and I made sure of that. Now, will the most vile things be written? No. But will be mentioned and I will leave it to your interpretation. As most of us are really good at, interpreting the worst instead of seeing the good. Besides that tangent, yeah, I'll be sure to keep people posted about the Avatar world. Since it's such a big idea, I doubt I can get it done before the end of August. Because I want to have good lighting and optimization so people don't have big lag spikes. And generally, I want it to be as nice and Enlightened Rifts focused as possible. Now, I won't get anybody to work in that world with me, but if I encounter someone that wants to freely teach me, I'm cool with that. As I preached a lot on this channel, Enlightened Rifts is my thing. Always been my center focus, but it's time I kick into high gear and give examples in the future. I was mentioning art a bit ago. We see that my artwork needs work, I will be honest. My friend Zlox told me that I have an art style, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I do. Someone can easily replicate my horrific form of drawing and shading any day of the week. But I did appreciate his compliment. It makes me want to keep trying more than letting my thoughts of not being good enough kick in. I wasn't confident in drawing until I got a little practice in, and honestly, I got more proud of what I do every time. It makes me kind of want to redraw Claudia again. What I did there was kind of an inside joke because my friends know that Claudia is one of my favorite OCs. No, I'm not thinking about Claudia all the time. Sort of. Only when I get the chance. But in all seriousness, when it comes to art, I need to learn perspective and a lot more anatomy. I have one character who looks more anthropomorphic, but she's always on her hands and feet, so I guess she's still anthropomorphic? You'll see when I draw her. I also want to introduce a species I created, but that will involve a lot of art and different stuff. So expect it. I also need to hurry up my main avatar because if people sees me as this, I might lose it. Genuinely. Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with this. My character can become fatter every time he transforms, but he doesn't use his forms because of that. Basically, I would rather have a lore accurate version of my character. Thank you. If you like my ramble sessions, please like and subscribe. Share your opinions if you want. Do you think I'm too ambitious here? Maybe you can estimate how long it takes for someone with zero knowledge to make a decent world. Or are you about to laugh me out the room for having fat characters? Which isn't very productive of you, but okay, you do you. Either way, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Before you go, I'll be putting a Discord link in the description, so if you do want to reach me on Discord, you can and join the server, and I guess be the light of the party if you want. Other than that, stay safe, have a good one, and bye bye. Also, please go easy on me. I'm the only person managing that server, so don't do me in. Okay, bye bye.